Hey folks, a big day is here. I'm going to do my longest single drive tour that I've done since I've been here at Wingham. I racked up more miles before, but it was kind of driving here and there and all over the place. This is going to be one full trip, non-stop, and see how far I go and see how much battery power I got left. So, night before I went to bed, I took one more look at the forecast. So this is a Saturday night, and the next day is supposed to be 27, so the temperature's dropped a little bit. 15 millimeters rain, so the amount of rain has increased, and the thunderstorm icon's still there. So my second choice was Tuesday, and it's actually starting to look a little better now. But I had my sights set on Sunday, and I'm kind of stuck on that, so I just wanted, because the forecast changes every day, so by the time Tuesday gets here, who knows, it might look like Thursday's 19 degrees. So I just kind of want to get this done, get it out of the way. And of course, next day I wake up and I see severe thunderstorm watch. So that's not a good sign. Starting off not so nice. But nice warm, 27. Feels like 34, so humidity's there, and that's what'll drive the storms, that extra moisture. And temperature isn't as high as it was originally supposed to be, but it's now higher than what the forecast yesterday said. But I'm looking here, and I don't see any storm icons till 4, so I got a little bit of time. I got a few hours before the storms actually get here. Hopefully, that's the plan anyways. So, Environment Canada has got the watch down here, and wind and hail icons, and that stupid tornado icon. I don't want to see that. There is a slight chance of that. Not interested. So take a quick look at the radar. This is what's coming at us. And closer it gets, the more it seems to be breaking up. But problem with that is, when it crosses the lake, anything can happen. It can pick up energy from the lake, pick up more moisture, which will translate into upward particles, which can cause more electrical issues, or it can just the coolness from the lake can just kill it completely. So I never know until it actually crosses. But watching this come in, it looks like I got at least a couple hours before anything gets here. Unless, of course, something pops up ahead of it, which does tend to happen on occasion. So, still planning on going. And just before I went out, took one more look, and temperature's even higher now, 30. So, it's 137, and looks like about 2.5 hours, so it's a pretty good guess on that. Of course, like I said, unless something pops up ahead. So, taking one more look at the radar, and seeing there thunderstorms possible Sunday at 7:45 p.m. 7:45, that's like several hours away. So, I don't know. Do they know this is going to break up, or are they predicting it to break up? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. So, and I head on out and see what happens. So, show you what it is I'm going to do. I've been different places in Wingham. I got the trail that goes up. Let me get the map in the right place here. Across the trail bridge, then I go down, follow the river around, and come out at this end, and cross the bridge, and then go through the trailer park, down to the park, all the way back down here, and this is where the boat launch is, right here. And I go out to Timmy's, and I come back, and I go down this other trail, and when I get right here, I see the sign across the street saying trail pointing forward. And I've never gone down, it looks like a dead end to me, so I've never gone out that way. But I keep seeing this sign, and I'm kind of intrigued by it, because I've looked at the map before, and I don't see any trail anywhere else. So we do have this little bit here, and it's pretty well defined here on the satellite map, so it must be a fairly good trail. And it just doesn't seem to go anywhere. So it's one of the reasons why I never considered it. So I'm going to check that out today, because if we zoom in here, you can see where the trail actually comes out just past the second house here. So it does look like there's something there. And when I follow, it looks like a pretty good trail, nice and straight. And you can see it comes out here behind the school. Now, I've looked at the map before, the different places around, and I was assuming, according to Google Maps, I got nothing labeled here. Sometimes it gets labeled, sometimes it doesn't. But I got looking, and I've seen this as the high school, and where I don't. Okay, now I'm completely confused. But I saw a separate school on here somewhere, so to me that means Catholic school. But apparently I couldn't find any elementary school, so I was kind of confused why the town doesn't seem to have one. It's either a high school or a separate school, but apparently this big building here is the high school. I don't know if there's two here, if this is one school, this is the other, I don't know. All I know is when I come down this one of these streets, I don't know, I don't remember now. But apparently this is the elementary school, and it's not labeled on the map, so I never knew that. So I want to do this trail, I want to explore up here before the kids go into school, because, well, you know, the way the world is today, I don't want to get, yeah, I can't even think of the word I'm saying, accused of anything. And as you all know, that's why I got the camera to begin with, so I don't. And looking at this, I always assumed this was a dead-end street, and once I come down here I understand why I thought that. But apparently it goes through and it comes down by the park here. And when I do my normal tour, okay, after I come out, I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I come out the trail here, I go down this street and to here, and then I come out here. Actually, yeah, that's right, I was just looking at the wrong street name. And this is where I come out to here. So this time I'll be checking out this back street here and follow it all the way around along the park. So that's one of the things I want to do today, because I've never been down those streets. And the other thing I'm going to do is when I go out this way, this is Mary Street. When I did my dirt road tour the other day, this is where I turned onto the street here. Well, today I'm going to go to West Street. Go one more concession farther. This looks like it's going to be a really nice drive. It's a dirt road, obviously. You can see the difference here between the surfaces. This is paved, so this looks like a dirt road. But it looks really nice in here. I want to see what this lake looks like. I can go up even farther. There's one more road, but the problem with this road is it'll take me out to the highway. So if I come out West Street here, and I come down here to the same place where Mary Street comes out, and I end up by the soccer fields and continue on that way. Now, I don't have my actual route planned out, because it's hard for me to do that. I never really know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go when I go out. I just kind of, wherever the wind blows me. But those are the two main areas I want to check out today, and just kind of make one big tour out of the whole thing. And according to the radar map and the forecast, I got about 2.5 hours to do all this. Well, at one point I make a bad decision. I see the storms coming, I make a bad decision, and, well, I don't exactly make it home. So make sure you stick around for the end of it. I was quite concerned. So here's my longest tour. So here's a new trail. Like, wow, tight quarters. I'm kind of afraid to go full speed down here, because I'm basically, not far from people's backyards, so I don't want to run over any cats running out or other animals. It's also a possibility there could be kids playing out here. I don't want anyone to step out onto the trail, because I'm pretty much blinded. The bushes are pretty tall, the grass is pretty tall, so anybody steps out, I won't see them until they're actually on the trail. So I'm kind of afraid to go full speed. But it's pretty. It's very nice through here. Yeah, just like I thought. It comes out right at the school, and the little laneway here takes me directly to where the bus loading zone is. So once the kids are back in school, I definitely won't be coming through here unless it's a weekend. That was a pretty cool trail though. I like it. there's the lake off to the right, and there's a big house up on the hill overlooking it. It's just, wow, what a nice place to live. And there's another place on the left. They got a smaller lake down there, and that place is for sale. But it's so beautiful out here. Just beautiful scenery. As I'm coming down this hill, it just feels like I'm going really fast. I look down at the speedometer and I kind of move my head to the side a bit, hoping the camera can see. I actually hit 27 kilometers per hour. That's the fastest I've seen so far here in Wingham. I was going to say Hanover. So that's pretty impressive. To the highway here, my rest stop, and I look off to the right, and that's the directions the storms will be coming from. And I don't see any just yet, so that makes me feel good. I'm going to check out that new street that I thought was a dead end. Doesn't that look like a dead end to you? A trailer parked there and the trees in the back. It doesn't look like the road goes anywhere. Coming down the hill here and watching the speedometer, climbing higher and higher. And I hit 26 this time. I was watching it, waiting for it to flip over to 27, but it never did. So I managed 26. Down to the river here, stop, take a break. You notice the clouds off to the right, not looking too nice. They're actually not too bad at this point, but while I'm sitting here, I just kind of look over at them and yeah. I can't check the radar because I'm ready for rain, just in case, so everything is wrapped in plastic. My phone's wrapped in plastic and stuck in its holder, and it's just too much of a pain to unwrap it and actually check, so I didn't bother. But if I didn't stop here, everything would have been fine. So I gotta take my break and just kind of cut it short because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, geez, I better get moving. So continue on with my tour. So around about this time, I look back at the camera. I said, "Do you see what I see? Here comes the storm." I now have a decision to make. I'm coming up on the street. I can turn, and in a couple minutes I'll be home, or I can continue my tour, which I really want to do. I've come this far. Now, the problem with these big storms is the base is pretty close to the ground. When I get up to the highway, and you can see them way off in the distance, I'm seeing the top of the storms. They're really high up in the atmosphere. You can see them a long way. What I'm seeing in front of me here is not far from the ground, so it's kind of a bit of an illusion. It looks farther away than it actually is. So I don't know how fast this is traveling, but faced with this little intersection right here, I made a quick choice to finish this video for you guys, and apparently I made the wrong choice. So apparently while I was out, our severe thunderstorm watch became a warning. At 3:58 p.m., Environment Canada meteorologists are tracking a severe thunderstorm capable of producing very strong wind gusts, up to nickel-size hail and heavy rain. I don't think we got any hail, but yeah, that was heavy rain. And it was so cold. I mean, it came down so hard I could barely see where I was driving. I was just in panic mode. I was just heading home. So this is the radar. This is what just passed through. Yellow and red at the beginning there is what just hit me. So we're kind of down to light rain now. I didn't quite make it home. That rain's freezing cold. One thing I want to point out here. Yeah, you can see that tail light. When I put the fender back on, the wires break off it every once in a while. There's no stress relief on it at all, and it's pulled the circuit right off the board. So I tried my best to just kind of where it's attached, it goes directly to the resistor, so I just kind of soldered the wire directly to that resistor, and I'm only getting half my tail light now. Sorry about the shaking, I'm like shivering here. Well, I'm home. I mentioned in the last recording that I forgot to turn my microphone on, and I kind of like to remember everything I said, but I can't. So, rain started. I had to stop real quick, cover up my open camera, and I tried to turn on the one in the waterproof case, but for some reason the light's on, so it's charging, but it doesn't want to turn on. And that happens once in a while when it's sitting idle, plugged in. I gotta take it out and take the battery out, put the battery back in to reset it, and then it'll be fine. So I didn't get any footage of the mad dash coming home. They kind of quickly went through the trail. I come around the tree and there's a big tree branch in the middle of the trail. It's like, oh crap. So I just ran over it, hoping I wouldn't get stuck on it. Everything's good. So I want to finish what I was saying about my open frame case here. I got an elastic around it right now just to keep the door from falling out. But I think, show it to you. I think I already explained this before I went out. I got interrupted by Zach and I wanted to get out before the storm got here. So right now everything's good. But if the door comes up just a little bit, it just falls right out. So that's not very impressive. So I have elastic around it right now just to keep everything together. But what I plan on doing, and I tried to do this last night, is see if I can find it here before I do this. Oh, I am so shivering. That rain is cold. Okay, I have this. It's the steel cable that comes with the cameras, and basically it hooks onto one of the hinges. You pull the hinge pin out and you stick this in, put it back in, and then you attach the other end to the mount. And purpose of that is if your mount breaks or something, you don't lose the camera, and that's the intention of it. So what I want to do here, kind of put everything back together here if I can. Again, this is hard to do with one hand. So this frame fits tightly all the way around. There's no space in behind it where I can even drill a hole in it to stick a string through. So I kind of scraped the paint off the corner there last night, and I was going to solder this onto here, and then put the other one, just that way if the door falls off, then I'm not going to lose it. Problem with that is my soldering iron isn't hot enough to heat this up enough to solder to. So I gotta leave that until I come out here, and I'll take propane torch to it. Heat it up enough that it'll melt the solder and everything will stick. So, we're still recording here, everything's good. So that was a long trip. Don't know what you can see here. Okay, what just happened? Oh yeah, I sat here too long so the lights turned off. I don't know what you can see. And I can barely see. 34 kilometers. 34.0, so 34 kilometers exactly. And I got 2 bars left on the meter. There we go, that's what I meant to do. So, I have more battery power than what it actually says. The reason it's so low is because when I go up that steep hill, it takes a lot of power to go up there, and when the voltage drops, then the meter drops, and when I get to the top of the hill and even out, then the voltage comes back up, but the meter doesn't. And it even states in the manual the meter only, when you're driving, the meter only goes down, and when you're charging it only goes up. And with my old scooter, Old Faithful here, I turn the light on. Old Faithful here, when I get into a situation where the battery's drained pretty good, then when I stop, it'll rejuvenate a little bit and the battery meter will come back up. I'll gain another 2 or 3 bars back to where it's supposed to be. The Monster doesn't do that. And that's annoying because it kind of gives me a false reading. And I thought I solved this problem. You'll notice now, the strobe light looks different. It's got 3 wires coming out of it, and it's got the positive and negative for the power, and it's got a 3rd wire, and what you do is you ground that 3rd wire, and that changes the flash pattern. There's like 19 different flash patterns on it. And I can't figure out where, but somewhere water is getting in, obviously, and shorting it, because when I drive in the rain, it just kind of self-changes. Seems to be stuck on this one, but it's annoying. I thought I figured it out because I got, I believe it was when I was working on speedometer cable. When I was replacing the speedometer cable, I noticed that the wires, when they come down from the front, because I got 2 switches, I've got this one here that turns it on and off, and then I got another one. I'm not sure if you can see it, it's pretty dark here. I wonder, turn the infrared on, and I don't know, right there, yeah, you can see it right there. You can see it in the camera better than I can. This is the button that I use to short that ground, to change the flash pattern, and that's not getting wet. Wires inside are not getting wet. This is supposed to be waterproof, so I'm assuming it is, and the wires are heat shrunk and they're inside. I can't even see. I'm blinded now, but I have this, so I'm not even sure what it's called. But all the wires go down into this. There's a good view of it right here. Whatever this thing's called. All the wires go down into that, into the scooter, and everything's heat shrunk, all the joints, connections, so nothing's getting wet in there. But I did notice when I was changing that speedometer cable that the wires, where they come down under the tiller to underneath, go through the frame, that I forgot to zip tie it in place, so it was getting pinched from, I think it's the steering bar, the top steering bar, and it goes from the steering out to the first ball joint. So I kind of fixed that up and put electrical tape all around it. As far as I can tell, it's waterproof, but apparently it's still happening. I didn't notice till now, so I don't know what's going on with that. Works perfectly until it gets wet. So for now, I don't know what I'm going to do about this thing. I'm soaking wet right now, and I'm not shivering as much, but I just want to get inside and get all dried off. And I'm pretty much fanny pack and my phone. Everything else is completely soaked, so I came down pretty good. And I just came back again, so I guess I'm done talking. So I gotta pack up, head inside, and deal with my new videos. So let this be a lesson to you. If the sky looks like this, don't be stupid. Go inside. I know better than this. This kind of shows my passion for making videos, I guess. I really wanted to get this finished, so I just kind of took a chance and paid the price for it. I don't know how long it's been since I've been that scared, but I tell you, the lightning all around me, tree branches falling all around me, it scared the crap out of me. So, but all is good. Rain was really, really cold, but it's kind of refreshing, I guess. So, there's my long tour, showing you how far the monster will go. Even farther than it should have. Yeah. But it was enjoyable anyways, until the end. So I guess I kind of showed you everything now. So now it's time to start working on some of the projects that I need to get done.